तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स पदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिष्ठे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंध जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कंत राधा कंत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। So we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 22, text number 35. Hope we have got this verse. एतावत् जन्म साफल्यं देहिनाम इह देहिषु प्राणेर अर्थेर धिया वाचा श्रेयो आचरणं सदा। एतावत् जन्म साफल्यं देहिनाम इह देहिषु प्राणेर अर्थेर धिया वाचा श्रेयो आचरणं सदा। एतावत् जन्म साफल्यं देहिनाम इह देहिषु प्राणेर अर्थेर धिया वाचा श्रेयो आचरणं सदा। Translation. It is the duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence and words. Mukham karati vachalam pangullanghayate giring jatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurung dinatarinam paramananda madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for the morning spiritual discussion from a wonderful verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is explained, it is a duty of every living being to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others with his life, wealth, intelligence and words. We all want to become happy. How many of you want to become happy? They're thinking whether to become happy or not. Okay. We all want to become happy. That is our natural tendency. But we are not experiencing happiness in this world. Why? Because we want to become happy. Those who want to become happy cannot become happy. Then how to become happy? When we change our consciousness that we want to make others happy, then we can become happy. This is called service attitude. This world is the world of exploitation. We all want to exploit others to become happy. But exploitation cannot give the experience of happiness. Exploitation will lead to frustrations. So so-called success in this world is defined by how much you can exploit. More you become successful, more you can exploit. And more you exploit, more you become frustrated. The so-called successful people in this world are always frustrated. Why? The principle of life is to exploit. But constitutionally, naturally, spiritually, we are meant to serve, not to exploit. So spiritual world is the world of service. Our real nature is to serve. Serve the divine and serve those who are connected with the divine. That is called devotional service. And when we perform that, then we become happy. So happiness comes from connection. We have to connect. We are disconnected now. We are disconnected from the source of happiness. The divine, the Supreme Lord, is the source of all happiness. He is the embodiment of bliss. And because we are disconnected from Him, that's why we are not experiencing the bliss which we are hankering for. Clear? So in this verse, it is wonderfully explained that it is a duty of every one of us, every living entity. Our identity is not the body, our identity is the spirit soul. How many of you accept that our identity is the spirit soul? Very good. Body is a secondary identity, material identity. But real identity is the soul. Mamai bangso jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanatana, manosasthani indriyani, prakritisthani karsati. Bhagavad Gita explains that we are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, eternally. Sanatana. What is the meaning of Sanatan? Eternal. In this world, everything is temporary. Everything is temporary, including our body. And it's always changing. Temporary nature and always changing. And change is the cause of our fear. We are always fearful. Why? Things are changing. And what is the greatest fear? Death. Why death is the greatest fear? Because it is a change of the body. So change is the cause of fear. And how to be free from fear? When we live a life of unchangeable situation. Who is unchangeable? The spirit soul is unchangeable. Supreme Lord is unchangeable. And the relationship between the Supreme Lord and the living entity is also unchangeable. So when we live a life based on this principle, then we can experience fearless life, and which leads to the experience of bliss. So, in this world, we are motivated to work. By nature, we are very, very active. We cannot remain inactive. Sometimes people think devotional life means inactivity. Devotional life does not mean that we become inactive. Rather, we should become more active, super active. Arjuna did not want to fight the war of Kurukshetra before hearing Bhagavad Gita. But after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he became extremely active. But he was active, but his consciousness also was super high consciousness after hearing Bhagavad Gita. In this world, we may be active, but if the consciousness is not good, then the result of that work will not be so wonderful. In this world, we are motivated by three modes of material nature. Hope you have heard about three modes, right? Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance. When someone is governed by mode of ignorance, he acts based on the principle of fear. Fear-based. Why they are motivated to work? Because of fear. Students, they don't like to study, but they study why? Out of fear. Parents will chastise them, they will fail in the exam. That's why they study. But this activity of study is based on fear, because they are governed by mode of ignorance. Then, beyond mode of ignorance is mode of passion. Passion is characterized by the desire to get something material profit. Passion means what I will get. That is the symptom of mode of passion. मेरे को क्या मिलेगा? In this world, most of the people are like that. They are working with the purpose of getting something out of it. We are studying. Why? We want to have good results in the exam. We want to get appointment. We want to get salary. We want to get this. We want to get that. So we are all motivated by something material. That is called mode of passion. Arjuna did not want to fight before hearing Bhagavad Gita. Why? He was analyzing. If I become victorious, there will be nobody to celebrate my victory. If I lose, I will be killed. That is the problem. Then he thought, then why should I fight? If I become victorious, no benefit. If I lose also, there is no benefit. In either case, no benefit I am getting. So better not to fight. This is a symptom of mode of passion. Goodness, what is goodness? Goodness motivation is duty. I should do this activity because it is my duty. Immediately Krishna told Arjuna, you should fight. Why? Because you are a Kshatriya. And it is the duty of a Kshatriya to fight. And don't think about the results. Because results are not in your hand. That is called Niskam Karma Yoga. Then after hearing Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna fought the battle of Kurukshetra, not out of duty, out of love for Krishna. That is called spiritual platform or transcendental platform. So human life is meant to come to the platform of transcendence. But somehow we are engrossed in this material world governed by modes of material nature. Mostly people are connected with the body. Through body we get enjoyment. Then we go to the mind. Through mind we get entertainment. Then we go to the level of intelligence. Then we get enlightenment. But very rarely people go to the spiritual platform. And spiritual platform means emancipation, means experience of spiritual bliss. So purpose of our life is to experience that spiritual bliss, and that is our natural position, and that is the perfection of human form of life. So that will happen through practice. We cannot become perfect automatically. We should not think one day we'll wake up in the morning and we'll start experiencing the spiritual bliss. We'll feel the connect with the Lord. It's not going to happen. We have to practice. So this verse talks about that practice. Character building is the purpose of education. But nowadays that is not the purpose of education. Why? We study nowadays. Purpose of education nowadays is paper. First exam paper. We are all waiting for the exam paper, question paper. Then we write on the paper, answer paper. Then we get another paper, the certificate. Then with that we get another paper, appointment letter. Then we get another paper, currency notes. And that is the purpose of our life. The purpose of our life is paper. Purpose of education is paper. But the purpose of education should be character building, to know the truth, absolute truth. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Rai, what is the essence of all education? Ramananda Rai replied, Krishna Bhakti is the essence of all education. Prabhu kahe kon vidya, vidya madhya sar, Rai kahe Krishna Bhakti bina, vidya nahi yaar. So people get confused. How Krishna Bhakti is the essence of all education? We think Krishna Bhakti means some rituals, because we don't have clear idea of Krishna Bhakti. The knowledge we get in this world is known as Jara Vidya, material education. We know this world, not fully, some extent. The purpose of education in this world, to know this world and how to live nicely in this world. That is known as Jara Vidya. But that is not everything. Beyond this material world, there is spiritual world. And beyond the material world and before the entry of the spiritual world, there is another world that is known as Brahma Jyoti, spiritual effulgence. The purpose of human life is to get out of the material world. How many of you accept there is spiritual world beyond this material world? Okay, good. How to get out? How you get out of the country? You have to travel. Then you can get out. But in order to enter into another country, you need a visa. Right or wrong? So in between two countries, there is no man's land. So first we have to come out from one country and then enter into another country. Now our journey is first come out from the material world, then enter into the spiritual world. Through material education, we can stay within the boundary of the material world. But to come out of the material world, we have to have Brahma Vidya. Brahma Vidya means spiritual education. Aham Brahmasmin, I am the spirit soul. But with that knowledge, we can come out of the material world, but does not mean we can enter into spiritual world. In order to enter into the spiritual world, we come to the platform of Vishnu Bhakti, third level. So first level of education is material education, Jara Vidya, then Brahma Vidya, spiritual education, then Vishnu Bhakti. We can enter into the Vaikuntha planet. Then topmost region of the Vaikuntha planet is Krishna Loka, Goloka Vrindavan. And in order to go there, we have to cultivate Krishna consciousness or Krishna Bhakti. So we have to practice. Without practice, we cannot enter into the spiritual world, which is the purpose of our human life. So we have to perform welfare activities for the benefit of others. Why we have to think for the benefit of others? Because in this world, everybody is thinking about themselves. We are not worried about others. We are always worried about ourselves. That is called selfish attitude. So from selfish exploitation, we have to go to the platform of selfless service. And this is the journey. We have to start the journey. So he's telling topmost is we can perform welfare activities with our life. Means completely dedicate with body, mind and words. Everything should be dedicated for the service of the Lord. That is the perfection. But it's very difficult to do that at the beginning. That's why there are different levels are given here. If you cannot dedicate completely for the service of the Lord, then what one should do? Start with something. First is wealth. Wealth, intelligence and words. And when we combine everything, then that is called life. So wealth, giving charity is very, very important activity. Welfare activity. Giving charity. Those who are earning in the society should give charity. But nowadays, people don't give charity. They want to enjoy with that money because they think they are the owner of the money, right? They think they are the owner of the money. But actually, we are not the owner of the money. Owner means controller. How many of you can control your money? You cannot. How long money will be there with you? You don't know. Definitely at the time of death, money will not go with you. How many of you took birth with debit card, credit card, bank accounts? How many of you? No. How many of you can carry your debit card, credit card after you die? You can? Okay. I thought you can. Why you raise hand? Okay. How many of you can carry your wealth after death? So if you are the owner, then you should be able to carry that wealth, right? But you are not able to do that. So what does that mean? You are the owner? No. But in between birth and death, we fight. Who is the owner? Because you don't know the real owner. So purpose of human life is meant to recognize that real owner. And that recognition is a process. And how to start that process? Give some portion of the money. Not fully, because if you give fully, then there can be a chance of heart attack, because so much effort has been put to earn money. So Srila Prabhupada used to say that recommended percentage is 50% of your earnings should be given for the Lord. By hearing that only, people will have heart attack. Right? Because in Kali Yuga, people don't like to give. They want to accumulate. Accumulation of wealth. Too much accumulation. And that's why so much imbalance in the society. Some people have so much money, you cannot think. So much money they have. And some people have no money, suffering from poverty. Because this is the nature of human society. We have created this scarcity. There is no scarcity in this world. This scarcity is created by us. Prabhupada used to give the example, very wonderful example. If you keep a bag of rice on the road, the birds will come, eat their quota and go back. The animals will come, eat their quota and go back. But human beings are very detached. They never eat. They will take the whole bag and bring that back to their homes. Accumulation. Accumulating tendency is the cause of scarcity in this world, human society. Certain level of accumulation is needed, but not the way people are accumulating nowadays. And detachment gives divine qualities. Attachment compromises qualities. So detachment will come when you practice the process of detachment. And how it will happen? Giving. So what is the situation nowadays? We'll analyze through a story. In Satyuga, everybody used to be a Brahmana. And Brahmana means no accumulation. Brahmanas don't have bank account. They live on charity. That is the symptom of a Brahmana. Patan patan, jajan jajan, danpati grahan. These are 6 activities of a Brahmana. Brahmana is not by birth. Brahmana is by qualities and activities. So what the Brahmanas do? They study scriptures and teach scriptures. They perform puja, they perform yajna and also teach others. And they live on charity. They get charity and whatever is required, they spend and balance, they give charity. This is the quality of a Brahmana. No accumulation. But as time progresses, people think, why give everything to the Lord? We should keep something. So they have devised a system. It's a story to understand the mindset of people, how it deteriorates over the periods of time. They started thinking, we will not give everything to the Lord. They devised a system, we'll throw the money in the sky and we'll draw a circle on the ground. Whatever will fall inside the circle is for God, and whatever will fall outside of the circle is for us. So selfish attitude started. Then after some time, they started thinking, circle is also too much. They started thinking that we should make a straight line on the ground. Throw the money in the sky. Whatever will fall on the right hand side is for God, and whatever will fall on the left hand side is for me. More selfish. There now, people are very intelligent. What they do? They throw the money in the sky and call out the Lord. Whatever you can catch is yours. Whatever will fall on the ground is for me. People don't like to give because we are not Brahmana. We are Kripana, miser. So human life is meant to become Brahmana. Brahmana means charitable. Brahmana means to think for the welfare of others. Ex-President of India used to say, one ex-President of India, he said, how to become handsome? Give your hand to some, means helping hand. We have to help others. That is the mode of service, and that is the purpose of human form of life. So those who are earning money, they should give some percentage of their income to the Lord. And how much? I came across with a good explanation. We should give that much what pinches your heart, not attacks your heart. Pinching has to be there. Itna chala gaya. If you are very comfortable in your charity, you will not get benefit of the charity. Because you have to go through some uncomfortable situation. Who becomes successful in his life? Those who are comfortable in uncomfortable situation. That is a symptom of growth. That is a symptom of a successful person. If you live in comfort zone, you cannot be successful. That's why one of the symptoms of a student is that he should be out of the comfort zone. There are 5 symptoms of a student, according to Niti Shastra. What are the 5 symptoms? You know? Kako chesta bakodhyanam swano nidra tathaivacha alpahari grihotyagi vidyarthi pancha lakshanam. This verse explains 5 symptoms of a good student. What's topic is different, I will not go into the details. First is, what's the first symptom? Kakochesta means hard labor. Bakodhyanam, focus. Third, Swana Nidra, alert. Alpahari, alpahari means sense control. Grihotyagi, not be in the comfortable situation. If you want to be successful, you have to be out of the comfort zone. In the same way, when we are giving charity, we should not give charity in comfort zone. In this world, in the corporate world, they say comfort zone, then panic zone and stress zone. Most of the people are either in comfort zone or in panic zone. But in order to be successful, we have to have the position of stress zone. We have to take some anxiety, but calculated anxiety, not too much anxiety. Then we can become successful. So charity should be given. Those who are earning money, they should give charity. Then intelligence, those who are not able to give money, those who do not have money, then they should give some intelligent advice. How to help others, that kind of intelligent advice should be given. They can give advice to this Krishna consciousness movement in different ways. That is called intelligence. And words. They can use their words, means preaching Krishna consciousness. They can speak about Krishna consciousness. They can tell people, you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. Krishna is God. Serve the Lord. That is the purpose of human form of life. So you should propagate the message of the Lord. And Mahaprabhu wanted that. Mahaprabhu told, Bharat Bhumite Manusya Janma Hoilo Jar, Janma Sarthak Kori Karo Parupakar. Welfare, Parupakar. Highest welfare activity. Giving charity, giving medical facilities, giving food. These are all wonderful charitable activities, but that is not going to solve the problem of our life. What is the problem in our life? Birth, death, old age and disease. That problem has to be solved. And that is the purpose of human form of life. And how we can solve this problem? By giving Krishna consciousness to others. Because Krishna consciousness is a solution to all the problems of life. That's why Mahaprabhu wanted those who are born in India, Bharat, they should make their life successful. How our life will become successful? When we become Krishna conscious. And how to make others' life successful? Parupakar, by giving Krishna consciousness. So first, we have to become Krishna conscious. And the second is, we have to give Krishna consciousness. That is the responsibility of human beings, those who are born in India, especially. Every human being should do that. But those who are born in India, they have special responsibility. Bharat Bhumite Hoilo Manusya Janmoja. Because land of Bharat is very, very auspicious land, very, very special land. And getting a human form in this land is very, very rare. Because in this life, we can change the destiny. In other forms of life, we cannot change the destiny. Only in human form of life, we can change destiny. And how we can change destiny? By adopting the process of Krishna consciousness and by distributing the process of Krishna consciousness. That is called welfare activity. So welfare activity is very, very important, but that should be spiritual welfare activity, because spiritual welfare activity will solve the problems of our life permanently. Material welfare activity is also very good, but that's not going to solve the problems of material existence. We will continue our journey in the form of birth, death, old age and disease. But if we perform spiritual welfare activity, then what will happen? The cycle of birth, death, old age and disease will dissolve, and we can attain our spiritual perfection by going back home, back to Godhead, because that is the purpose of human form of life. And that can be achieved when we practice Krishna consciousness and also distribute Krishna consciousness. And how we can distribute Krishna consciousness? Very simple. We should help others to chant the holy name of the Lord, encourage them to chant the holy name of the Lord, and also encourage them to study Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vedic knowledge. By encouraging these two things, people can slowly become Krishna conscious and make their life successful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.